Empress Royalty, strategically partnered value through gold and silver investments. Forward-looking statements also available on our website. I encourage everyone to have a look. So, Empress, we are a new precious metals royalty and streaming creation company. Started trading on the TSXV in December and on the OTC in February. We have a current portfolio of 16 royalty and streaming investments, and we're focused on building a strong portfolio of cash-producing assets, currently looking at over $75 million US of potential investments. We have strategic relationships with Debra Financial in London and Terra in Australia, who provide global mining finance networks to generate deal flow. We have exclusive access to Mexican royalty and streaming deals through a strategic alliance with Ascendo Banco. Over 250 years of proven management and board experience in mining finance with $6 billion of completed transactions. So a very strong mining finance team here at Empress. Just to start off, what are royalties and streams? A royalty is where we would invest in a company, providing them capital to either get their mine into production or to expand upon what they have, and we would receive a percentage of revenue from that production. A stream is similar, but a little bit different in the sense that we're not getting a percentage of revenue. We're doing the same kind of investment, but we're able to buy gold or silver at a discounted price. Investment benefits of royalty and streams. For a shareholder, we leverage to gold and silver price. You have access to a globally diverse portfolio of assets run by excellent management teams, limited exposure to capital and operating costs compared to typical mining companies, and we have plans to establish a dividend policy at the appropriate time where a percentage of gross profits will be returned to shareholders. For a mining company partner, it's non-dilutive, highly cost of capital. We're able to provide a flexible structure which are less restrictive than banking finance. Royalty companies outperform gold. Here we're looking at the royalty index, the gold price, and the gold miners ETF over the last 10 years. So a typical life cycle of a new royalty company begins with initial entry to market, and we're only sort of on month 5 at the moment, followed by rapid growth. We believe with our strategic partners and the type of transactions that we're looking to invest in, we should be able to quickly accelerate to that stage 2 of rapid growth. Moving on to our partnerships, let's touch a little bit on each one: Debra Financial, Terra, and Ascendo Banco. So Debra Financial is run by David Rhodes, the managing director, who's also our executive chairman and chair of our investment committee. And Debra provides us access to cash flow models, financial analysts, mining engineers, geologists to quickly identify opportunities, vet deals, structure, negotiate the transactions. Our second partner is Terra Australia, run by Jeremy Bond, who's also one of our directors and on our investment committee. It was founded in 2010. This gives us access to not only Australian projects, but Australian listed companies with projects internationally. And as Jeremy's been an active investor in the North American mining industry for the last 10 years, gives us a great capital markets network. Our third partner is Ascendo Banco. Javier Reyes is the chairman and CEO of Ascendo Banco. He's also now one of our strategic advisors. Ascendo is an active investor and lender in the Mexican mining industry. We signed this exclusivity with them for the alliance in August, and I'll talk about some of the deals that have already come to fruition through this relationship. A great way of explaining it is if a project needs $10 million to get into production, Ascendo Banco can arrange a $7 million debt. We come alongside of that and provide a $3 million royalty or stream. Important to note, all 3 partners, management and board, own just under 40% of Empress, so very much aligned with shareholders to see value creation. Switching to our investment focus, as Eric mentioned, we are a creation company. We're not a third-party royalty trading company. We're very much focused on helping mining companies get into production or expand upon what they have. So that's the project stage we look at. The second is the company size. We're looking at the smaller to mid-tier companies, both public and private. When we look at commodities, we're gold and silver. We are a pure precious metals royalty and streaming creation company. We look globally. We have a little bit more focus at the moment in Latin America, as we've seen some great opportunities there, and I'll talk more about that in the pipeline. Investment size from us is anywhere from $500,000 to $20 million. The sweet spot is that $1 to $10 million. So moving on to our portfolio, we currently have 16 investments. We have 2 investments in progress, which are opportunities that we've negotiated terms, we have exclusivity on, and we're in the process of doing due diligence. And then we have 10 opportunities, over 10 opportunities we're looking in our pipeline. This is when we're in discussions with management on terms. So starting off with our current investments, we completed the Pinos royalty for a $1.5 million investment for 1% royalty over Candelaria's project in Zacatecas, Mexico in November. This one is a 7-year mine life. It's based upon 1 vein out of 7, so we expect this one to get a lot more interesting. This one should be in production the beginning of next year, middle of next year, and then we should hopefully start seeing some revenue coming into Empress. We just recently announced that we have executed and funded the Manica gold royalty in Mozambique. This is a $2 million investment for Empress, which gives us a 2.25% royalty across the entire project owned by MMP. There's currently a 3-year mine life plan on this, but we expect this to get more interesting as there's additional upside from satellite deposits. You can see the annual cash flow is about $1 million a year for Empress. We've also just recently announced that we've executed and funded the tranche 1 of the Telewetto $5 million silver stream. This one's owned by Telsa Mining in Durango, Mexico. This should be in production towards the end of this year, beginning of next. This one is a fantastic example of what we're able to do with our partners. Ascendo Banco is providing a $12 million debt facility. We've come in with a $5 million stream, and Endeavor and Ascendo have arranged the equity portion and been involved with that for $8 million. So a full $25 million solution to get this mine that's currently 60% built, completed and into production. We also have an exploration portfolio, which we picked up through our spin out of Big Ridge Mining. There's 13 of them, early stage exploration portfolio, obviously fantastic to have, but our focus is much more on cash generating assets. And you can see here in our investments in progress, we're looking at 2 opportunities, advanced stage. So we have exclusivity on these, and we're doing due diligence, technical and legal. There was one in Peru for about $10 million. If this one comes online, this should double their production. One in Kenya for $2.5 million. That would increase their production by 1/3. Here's just a sample and flavor of what we're looking at our potential pipeline. Again, it's the creation of royalty and streams, working with these companies. Mexico, Brazil, Ghana, Peru, Australia. Most of the ones we're focused on at the moment are in production, so increasing their production as we're focused on getting revenue into Empress. When we look at our potential revenue, and it's important to note this presentation is also available on our website, but we're using $17.50 gold and $21 silver. This potential revenue is forecasted based upon the Pinos royalty and the Manica, the completion of Telewetto silver stream. It's not looking at anything else that we have in the pipeline. The potential revenue in US dollars for 2022 is over 5 million US. 2023 would be closer to just over 7, and just over 9 in 2024. When we look at the team behind it, as I mentioned, David from Endeavor is our chairman, myself and Jeremy Bond from Terra on the investment committee. We have Paul Mainwaring, a CFA from London, Rick, a geologist from Vancouver, Wes, a mining engineer from Toronto, and Natasha just recently joined our board, a mining finance lawyer with experience in New York and London, and great corporate governance experience. We've also just recently appointed Javier Reyes, the CEO and chairman of Ascendo Banco, as a strategic advisor. We've also recently appointed David Lang as technical advisor. David brings many years of experience working with some major mining companies, Endeavor Mining, Equinox, just to mention a few. Myself and Rich. Rich is based in New York, our VP Americas for origination of South American deals. When we look at our capital structure, we currently have $17 million in cash, no debt. Shares outstanding just over 100,000. 100 million. We've got 17 million warrants and 9 million options. We look at our shareholders, as I mentioned, strategic partners, management and board owe 38%. Institutional investors represent 32%. So what have we achieved? Since we were spun out in July, we acquired the initial 13 early stage gold royalties. We signed the strategic alliance with Ascendo Banco in August. We closed and completed the Candelaria royalty in November, the Manica one in February, March, and then we're just now completing the Telson stream. In summary, we are a newly listed early stage precious metals royalty and streaming creation company with a portfolio of 16 investments. We're focused on the creation of financing solution for mining company partners. We're looking at over $75 million worth of potential investments. We have strong management team and strategic relationships with Endeavor and Terra, and we have exclusive access to Mexican royalty streaming deals through strategic alliance with Ascendo Banco. We're forecasting initial revenue in late 2021, early 2022, with the plans to establish a dividend policy at the appropriate time. Thank you so much for listening.